Give Nest Team the go.
Bumblebee, my friend, you might be small in stature, but you've got the spark of a giant. You're like a turbocharged minibot ready to take on the world.
Well, Optimus, they say dynamite comes in small packages, and I'm ready to explode onto the battlefield.
That's the spirit, Bumblebee. Remember, it's not about the size of your chassis. It's about the size of your circuits and the strength of your spin-off movie potential.
And you? Optimus, you're like the heavyweight champion of the Autobots. All the bots know you swing the biggest axe.
Indeed, Bumblebee. We are the faces of the franchise, the biggest bots on the scene. King Kong ain't got nothing on us.
We're survivors. Not even Marky Mark and the whole funky bunch could bring us down.
Let's roll.
Heck yeah, let's kill him like Hot Rod killed... You know what? Never mind.
We're gonna need a bigger bot.
Hello one and all, I'm Cryo Prime, and today I'm taking a look at the Core Class 2-pack of Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. It's a fairly decent sized box for 2 Core Class figures.
Nice looking box, man.
Back of the box gives you a quick look at what's inside.
You flipped it!
And that's about it. So let's get into it. And here they are out of the packaging. It's the Core Class Optimus and Bumblebee, and the real bonus accessory here is the trailer. We've actually seen both of these figures in the past.
And yet, here we are.
So I'm going to start with Bumblebee. He's a slightly pale yellow with gray body, decent Autobot stamp. The face is actually fairly well detailed. He's a decent figure. Ball joint on the arms will allow full rotation. You do got to be careful because it pops off extremely easily.
Good point.
The head is just on a mushroom peg, so you do get some side to side, but because of the chin, it stops it. You get ball joint at the hip. There's nothing at the waist. 90 at the knee. Then you can kind of play with the toe articulation for a little more. And ball joint at the elbow. And it gives you about 90, but it feels less than 90. And then with him is the prepackaged gun. This is the same one you saw with the Buzzworthy Bumblebee, but it's cast in gray just to match his overall aesthetic. It does go into his hand kind of awkward. Like it feels like you're pushing it in at an angle for the way his hand looks, but you can hold it just fine.
Now, transform!
They make it seem like you want to keep this back piece flared out. And I, for one, am not a big fan of that. I don't overly care about the back kibble for a Core Class figure, so I just fold it all the way back. I just think his silhouette looks a little better that way. But in order to transform him, you split the backpack, back panel folds, bring it all the way up and over. Now the arms are going to hinge in, swing up, and honestly, that's probably the most complicated part of the transformation. Otherwise, tab it, fold it, waist comes down, bring the feet up, arms will tab in the bottom, and these back pieces fold around, up in the back, and lock on the door. And that little port right there, you can put the gun in. Decent little car. It's not super accurate for a Bumblebee anyway, but for a little Core Class figure, it's fine. Rolls good. That's really all there is for the little Bumblebee.
Where is Optimus Prime?
Paler chest panels, offset pieces here are cast in kind of a cream. I wouldn't call them white exactly, but they're not the gunmetal gray of the other one. One thing I will say with the Optimus, this piece right here, when I first got it, basically wouldn't go past that. You really need it to get all the way up there. So right here, I ended up sanding this down a little bit because I felt like this was bulged a bit. And then I popped this off and I sanded down this inner piece right there because it felt a little oblong egg shaped in there. So I sanded the top and bottom a little bit. That really made this free up. I don't know if that was mold degradation, but I did have to do a little bit to this figure.
Please don't castigate my chassis.
As far as articulation, you've got ball joints in the shoulders, ball joints in the elbows, so they will offer full rotation. Same with the elbow, you can do a full spin, you end up getting about 90 out of it. Really, because of the transformation joint, you kind of get a half butterfly for back anyway. You don't get anything at the waist again. The head, it'll pop up and spin. You can fake up and down because of the transformation. Ball joint at the thighs, 90 up, 90 back, and there's no thigh rotation. Gotta watch those ball joints. But you got a ball joint at the knee, so you can kind of spin that if you need to. 90 on the bend. No feet articulation, but they are pre-molded at a bit of an angle. And that's really about it. One thing too, it doesn't overly tell you, but there's a pin there, a little hole right there. And when everything lines up right, that will actually tab in and seat, but good luck. Mine doesn't do it very well. On either copy I have.
Oh, shut up about your fender. My whole chassis is smashed. Let's roll.
Fold the hands in, push the head down. This piece will flip all the way over. Turn the legs, swing that forward, rotate the top half, and that piece will swing all the way around, forming the front of the truck. And these, basically just like the old G1 Optimus, swing back and hide as you don't catch anything. The real kind of annoying part here is getting everything lined up because the tabs on the legs go in peg hole on the arm there. It's about the only way everything locks in truck mode. And there you go. And I find it doesn't roll as well as the Bumblebee, but part of that is just how everything doesn't perfectly line up on Prime. The shield plate, and this also acts as the trailer hitch for truck mode. So we can go there. And the main reason for that is on the trailer hitch, the peg here is too big to attach normally.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
So they give you this extra little piece to let it sit in there. The biggest downside with that is that it doesn't like tab in or anything. It just kind of free sits in it. But it also doesn't offer a lot of rotation. You get about there. It isn't a whole lot, but it's also a core class. I don't think you can ask for too much. Getting into the trailer though, can attach there to the truck mode. It does have the front little struts that'll drop down, allow it to freestand. Then you can open the trailer up, a little battle platform inside. You get a little roller. It does have 6 wheels and they do all roll. Little energy axe. It's where you store both the guns that are included. And I'm pretty sure this one is Bumblebee. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure because the instructions don't really say, but I'm going with Bumblebee. And Prime's blaster. And quick comparison to the old blaster. So this is the one that came with the original. It looks like it's cast in black, but you can see down in this gapping, and it is blue. So it is just cast in this blue and then painted. But for whatever reason, the new one didn't paint the peg or the tab, whereas the old one did. And the platform back piece can go up, and you can either do short version or it can fully extend. And it's not super tall, but it's all there. You got the little sensor and the little grab arm from the original. Biggest downside on this grabby arm is it comes with the peg holder there, so you can like put the gun in it or put something in it with those peg holes, but it doesn't open. Bring Prime in here for a little bit of scale and treat it like a bed if you want, and also hold over. You can have that platform. Biggest downside I have with mine anyway is at this point where you would probably want it for any type of like Metabay repair type stuff. This back piece, super loose. It's something I can fix, but just out of the box, very loose. Some other things you can do with this, you can fully pull the head off, and then that can attach to the roller going around. And pretty much anything that can fit that port can actually go there. So like Prime's gun on the top of the hill where it's a little bigger can also go there. And some other configurations you can do are more for when the trailer is closed. If you fold that all the way out, there'll be a tab right there that can kind of lock in. And you can have that kind of going up based on however you really want. At this point, if you really wanted to, you can attach it to roller. And this whole piece line up right there, and you can have it up top. Pretty much do whatever you need to it. Or you can fold it the other way. Neat little accessory. Like all in all, I kind of think the set is overpriced, but for the same reason I bought Earthrise Prime for the trailer and justified it, I did the same with this. If they never would have made the trailer, I would have been perfectly okay with it, but they did, so I bought it. You can store the Bumblebee as well in the trailer. I don't have a Rodimus. Honestly, I don't really think he looks very good. I don't know if he fits in here. Just kind of show off these side by side here. Buzzworthy Bumblebee, a little bit of a darker yellow. Also got the black accents and the silver on the face. So the Buzzworthy is a little darker.
Yeah, the old one was better.
What about Optimus Prime?
Like I said, kind of the gunmetal in the waist. As far as paint differences though, this one's got a few more. The 2-pack has yellow on the waist, no silver on the chins, and then silver on the wheels. Whereas the other one does not have the yellow on the waist, does have the silver there, but then doesn't have the silver on the wheels. Which kind of sucks because you would think that between the two you could combine them to get the best of both worlds, but
Lazy. That you paid full price.
And that's been my look at this 2-pack set. All in all, I found this set to be worth it. You might not, and if you don't, that's fine. At the end of the day, the one thing that I think this set could have used to actually fully sell it, if it would have just come for the heck of it with that extra little piece there. I think that would have been, just made it an easy sale for anybody that might have been doubting it. But that's been my look at this 2-pack. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this journey into Cryo's cool world here on Nerdtastic News, part of the Pop Culture Philosophers Bad Batch Network. And if you want to see more Transformers action, you're going to want to click right over here where you can see his review of the Inferno Legacy figure. And also, down below that, there's a review of the Earthrise Thrust. Also, if you want more comic or cartoon content, you can check out everybody in the description. It's the Pop Culture Philosophers Bad Batch Network, where we take our passions and our fandoms and we turn them into conversations with you. Stay sharp.